Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Luis Diaz here. I'm gonna review Fight for the Fallen last night. Man, what a show! Um, Pretty long but exciting show from start to finish. That's I can start off. My main question for this pay per view, um, what's next at All Out? Because there were so many teases going into this, and the matches were great, storytelling was great, and I was intrigued from start to finish. So let's jump right into it. The buy-in was AEW finally figured it out. They had a lot of technical difficulties for people first starting. Sorry, for people first starting to watch during the pre-show. You're just getting it on, and it took a very long time to get connected. Some people will not be connected. Some people are connected. I understand Fight, the app for the UK viewers. I understand that the stream went down on you guys, and you're not able to watch on Bleach Report Live, and that's unfortunate. But I'm sure the replay is up now, so there's that. So the buy-in. Let's start. Sunny Kiss versus Peter Avalon. Man, they definitely showcased something different, something I've never seen before in Sunny Kiss. Nothing. I'm not hating on Sunny Kiss at all. He was great. Actually, he won the match, which was amazing, and Peter Avalon was there with Leva Bates. There was no shenanigans by Leva Bates, maybe once, but I figured she would try to get revenge on Peter because, he screwed her last match against Allie. So anyway, Sunny Kiss ended up winning with his finisher, I'm assuming, which was just like a split, and she jumps off the top rope, or he jumps off the top rope, sorry, and boom, splashes on you. Teabags you. So you should just call it the teabag, or whatever. He could spice it up to whatever he wants to call it. I give that match a C plus, and I also predicted this one for Sunny Kiss, and I got that right. Next, you had Miss Dr. Britt Baker and Riho versus Bea Priestley and Shoko Nakajima. This was a pure wrestling match that introduced two new talents with a good debut. Meaning, I haven't seen Bea Priestley and I haven't seen Shoko Nakajima before. So seeing them this time for the first time, I was impressed. I seen Britt Baker and I seen Riho. I know what they can do now, and I like to see them. So if they're going against two new talents, that intrigued me right away. I wanted to watch it. There was a few botches. Britt Baker was confused, but that's besides the point. We're not taking nothing away from that match just because of those two incidents. C plus, because the match, like I said, we saw two new talents. The match was great, and it ended right, because Britt Baker is being built up as the top woman on the AEW roster, and I believe she's going to be the inaugural women's champion when it's all said and done. Meaning probably come October, or not All Out. No, they're going to stick to one belt on All Out. I don't know when the women's championship is going to get introduced, but anyway, Bea Priestley and Shoko Nakajima came out with the victory, and a brawl ended up happening at the end between Bea Priestley and Britt Baker. So it's a little tease. They had a little rough stare down, like, oh, this ain't done type of stare down. And that excited me. I love when there's teases like that, little storytellings like that. WWE does do that, but they kind of overbook it. Like they do that. It's like Dragon Ball Z, when Vegeta's at the top, the Cell Saga Vegeta's at the top charging up that whatever attack, and it took like 4 episodes before you could help Teen Gohan kill Cell. That's how WWE feels to me sometimes. So yeah. So I give that match a C plus. Good ending. Good tease at the end. Pretty good. So I believe this is when it was the start of the card. So that was the buy-in. It's 30 minutes. That's all you need. You don't need an hour or 2 hour pre-show of people talking endlessly. Is like, if you're gonna do that, have some type of matches. You have people there. You know, this is where you should start. Some, don't just don't have a pre-show. So anyway, we got started with MJF, the Salt of the Earth, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, Sammy Guevara, and the Perfect 10, Shawn Spears, versus the Deathmatch Trio, Jimmy Havoc, Joey Janela, and Darby Allin. That was a match to start a AEW pay-per-view. That was a great match. Man, MJF was MJF. Sammy Guevara was Sammy Guevara. He had a lot of just as annoying and ridiculous looking as he is. He has a lot of high flying spots that are fascinating. Actually, they make me want to see him again. Even though I don't like him, but I'm like, okay, it's him, but at least I know I'm going to watch a good match, a good wrestling match. I don't like the character Sammy Guevara, but at least I know I'm going to have a good wrestling match. And Shawn Spears, he was, who did he remind me of? I want to say he just reminded me of an angry man, just stared at the souls of everybody walking to the ring. Yeah, can't much to say about Shawn Spears. We all know about him anyway. So anyway, the Deathmatch Trio is super over, no matter what. Anytime Darby Allin was getting tagged, he had a high praise from the crowd, and people loved him, and I loved him too. I thought he was awesome. Then you had Joey Janela, bad boy Joey Janela, doing crazy crap. Yeah, Jimmy Havoc, no staple gun, but he surprised me. He seriously surprised me. I take everything back that I said at Fyter Fest. Fyter Fest, I felt like he was held back, and he's not much of a wrestler. But I take that back. He showed me he had some wrestling skills yesterday. And everybody got their piece in on MJF. I think that's the best part about this story. Everybody had a piece at MJF, and MJF, guess what? He did what MJF always does. He teased a feud with each and every one of those guys. So there's a lot of teases once again. Back-to-back teases. Love it. Who would have known that could grasp audience attention? So anyway, that whole match got a solid B for me. Yeah, it got a solid B for me. And Shawn Spears came up with the win. He got the I don't even know what the special move was, but he ended up with the win. And like I said, there's a lot of teasers in this match. I can't wait till October or All Out, but October for sure. We're gonna see all of this weekly, not waiting months and months. We're gonna watch this weekly. So next you had Allie versus Brandy, and I saw right through that whole Road to Fight for the Fallen episode with her interview. I knew she was gonna let everybody down, but she won. Not how you might think, but she won. What I can say, Allie, she's solid, man, and I can't wait to see her in the future feuds with any female they have in AEW. Awesome Kong came out at ringside for Brandy Rose because Brandy Rose can't do it on her own. She's a heel. I don't know if you guys noticed. I think a lot of the elite, they're built up as heels in my eyes right now. All I see is a heel every time I see one of the elite. The only quote unquote face I see is Omega and Hangman Page. But Hangman Page is fiery, so he could be a tweener. But Kenny Omega definitely has heel tendencies that I've seen in every pay-per-view so far. Because of fucking Jon Moxley. No Moxley today. He was at the G1. But man, I thought maybe the Con Jet would pick him up. Well, anyway. Yeah. So shenanigans led to Brandy Rhodes coming up with the victory on Allie, which Allie is great. She can hold her own, and she's going to be a top contender for that inaugural AEW Women's Championship too. She won't be the champ, but I think she's like top 3 talent so far. And to everybody's shock, some music hit. Doom, doom, whatever. Here out comes Aja Kong to confront Awesome Kong. And it was just a stare down. Nothing happened, but it was another tease. Oh my gosh. So there was like 2-3 storylines mixed into one little match in past segment, maybe 2, but still, way to swerve the crowd. Now you just keep everybody thinking. You're like, whoa. So I give the Allie and Brandy match a C+ because I didn't want Brandy to win, and I knew it. I knew she was gonna be a fucking heel. Anyway, next you had Dark Order versus Jack Evans and Angelico and Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. The Dark Order impressed me, seriously. And in my opinion, this entire match stole the card for me. This was the match of the night for me. Why? Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy is why. Luchasaurus is extremely strong. First he came out just strong. His first tag in, he was so strong, just throwing everybody. Everybody was scared of him. And he ended up tagging out, so he took a little break. Then you had Angelico and Jack Evans started showcasing their talent. Man, they need new ring gear and they need a team name. That's a long thing to type, right? I'm lazy, so make it more convenient, like 3 letters or something. But yeah, they need new ring gear, seriously. My idea that I had was my notes. I'm looking at my notes. I put Angelico and Jack Evans have huge potential, but need a repackage, meaning a new gimmick. I don't know their gimmick. I just know they're when they're wrestling, they're high flyers. But I want a story from them. They can just wrestle, which is cool. You know, the Dark Order came out with a surprising victory, and there was definitely some stars made in this match. Dark Order came out with the victory. That surprised me because, going back to Luchasaurus had a nice hot tag into the match, and he completely obliterated everybody. He started showcasing the athleticism he has, because in his interview with Chris Van Vliet, he stated he wanted to be a high flyer. He wanted to be a little guy like Rey Mysterio or Jack Evans or Angelico, all those guys, or Ricochet. And he was too big. So he didn't let that stop him if you watch this match, because I was impressed. We got way over on my scale, because at first I was like, oh, it's Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Now it's like Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. They're on the same tier now. But he's probably a little higher because Luchasaurus beasted out, which that was just dope to me. I was excited to see that. And that whole match, B+. Really good tag team match. Triple threat match. And Dark Order came out the victory. Let's see what happens next with them, or with any of those tag teams. More potential storylines. I would love to see Jack Evans and Angelico go against just the Dark Order again, but with a little repackaging for Jack Evans and Angelico. All right. Next, we had Adam Page versus Kip Sabian. First, I want to say Kip Sabian is a mind fucker. If you watch that, eventually, like mid-match, There's the AEW superfan. He's already solidified. That guy that's like, when MJF talked about the virgin or dirty people in the place, he was like, Black Tisa, whatever. Anyway, he was talking crap, dead, like so close, like this close, talking crap to Kip Sabian. And what did Kip Sabian do? He kissed him. He kissed him. And the fans like, what the fuck? He's gonna leave him alone. He embarrassed him on national television. Well, a stream, Bleacher Report stream, whatever. And that is gonna go down as one of the memorable moments for Kip Sabian. Don't fuck with him. That's what you should know. All right, let's get to reviewing the match. So what it was action packed from start to finish, and Page won with less than a minute left with that 20-minute time limit. See, that's the exciting thing. It was 19 minutes. Oh, 1 minute remaining. Oh my god, hurry up. And then the intensity for me as a fan, I sat up the edge of my seat. I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen? Something's gotta happen. And Kip can sell. I love Kip now. I'm not a fan of him, but if I see him, I'm like, okay, I know who he is, I know what he can do, and I'll watch it. Not a problem. So Adam Page, Kip Sabian. Adam Page obviously came out to victory with the Deadeye. 1, 2, 3. Bam, match was done. Hangman Adam Page celebrated. Woo! Lights go out. Oh, it's a creeper. Oh no, it's a big creeper. It's a weird, odd-shaped looking creeper. It's not a bird. It's fucking Chris Jericho. Comes out and beats the crap out of Hangman. He beats him so bad he busts him open with his bare hands. He just give me your blood. Give me your blood. And the arena goes wild. They start saying, thank you, Jericho. And what's some more of a Jericho heel thing to do? That's what he wants, but not from us. You want big fuck you to the fans. Oh yeah, probably cut backstage to a promo. I'm not much of a backstage segment type of guy. Those things kind of either I remember them or I don't. So anyway, next match I had was SCU versus the Lucha Brothers. First time they ever faced on AEW. The Lucha Brothers are probably the most over team I've ever witnessed. They are gods in Mexico, and here they're spreading that fan base like a disease, an airborne disease, because I'm starting to say Cero Miedo every single time too when I see them. They're great. The Phoenix is he's so athletic. His spots are amazing, always on point. He reminds me of like a man. You can't even compare him to anybody. He's on a whole nother level. Well, anyway, SCU was great. It was great. They were great wrestling with the Lucha Brothers. Had Christopher Daniels on the outside with them, helping them out with some little shenanigans. No, they didn't disqualify them. He actually grabbed on. Usually when you touch a wrestler, it's over. No, you're not allowed to touch a wrestler if you're not in a match. They call the match. But Christopher Daniels had I think he punched him and then threw him in the ring, and that was it. He tried getting in, and that's when the Lucha Brothers came out with the victory thanks to those little shenanigans. Then they cut a little promo. They cut a promo right after the match was over. SCU's in the ring. A lot of Cero Medios and Zero Medios and SCU's going back and forth, slapping each other. That was intense. I love that. But after the match, they cut a promo on the Young Bucks. Say, you think you are the best in the world? You're not Shane McMahon. No, I'm just playing. And they challenged the Young Bucks to a ladder match at All Out. Oh, yes. I gotta see a ladder match at All Out. What are the titles that are gonna be on the line? Because it's not gonna be the AEW tag team titles. It's gonna have to be the AAA tag team titles, and it's gonna be the Lucha Brothers winning. You can't have the Young Bucks win them again, because now they're 1-2. The Lucha Brothers are, I believe, 1-2. Finally got a victory, so they need to win the next one. I will put the Young Bucks at wow, they won last night too, but we'll get to that. Anyway, I'm excited for that. Next match, co-main event. Chima versus Kenny Omega. And right away, let me just Kenny Omega got the victory. This was extremely action-packed for me. I almost stole the night, but the fact that anything that Kenny Omega threw at Shima kind of matched it and then doubled the damage because he was just jumping everywhere. A little grasshopper. Kenny Omega was just a strike machine. He didn't care about anything. He was just bang, bang, bang. V-triggers here, V-triggers there. And a one-winged angel to finish them. 1, 2, 3. Kenny Omega came out with the victory. B- for me. And a lot of people were saying this was a dream match. I've never really seen Shima in the Indies, so like this was just a normal match for me. But this was a above average, match for me. It was a B-. So this was a great match. Thank you for that. All right. Before the main event, you had Chris Jericho come out and tell us his life story. Oh man. Well, I'm trying to read my notes. I'm having trouble. There we go. So Chris Jericho came out. Of course, he's talking crap to the fans, and he's beefing up himself, talking down Hangman Adam Page, and he's claiming he will be the inaugural AEW World Heavyweight Champion. He just said AEW Champion. He didn't say World Champion or anything, but I like the sound of AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Well, anyway, Chris Jericho was even showing us the blood on his knuckles that he had of Hangman Adam Page, and said that it's going to be worse at All Out, and he's going to be the AEW World Champion. So here comes Hangman Adam Page for a brawl. He wants revenge, and he's coming at him with everything he has, tackling. They're bumping each other hard to get to each other. So the backstage, a couple of the guys who already competed are coming out. You saw Joey Janela, Angelico, and Jack Evans holding these guys back. They couldn't at some point. And then Christopher Daniels ended up walking Chris Jericho to the back. They're like, man, let's get out of here. So that promo, I had to grade it just because, like I said, I'm not good on promos, but his promo was a solid B because Chris Jericho is Chris Jericho. He got the heat he wanted, and he gave the shots he wanted. So everybody was happy at the end. Now we have our main event. The Young Bucks versus the Rhodes Brothers. And if there was a moment to give 4.89999 stars, this would be it, because this was an awesome match. About 45 minutes. They extended this to a 60-minute match, so they had a long time. And the fans, the crowd at this point were tired. You can tell there was a lot of... They made it seem boring. I was excited, but they made it seem boring because I was popping for everything that I needed to as a fan. The Rhodes Brothers were great storytellers, and they kept it technical the entire time. They said what they were going to do. They're going to keep it technical so the Young Bucks can't, they're fast. They're faster than them. It's their faster pace, so they needed to slow down the pace. And the Young Bucks that messed with them a bit. So that was a great match. I can't wait to see if Dustin and Cody stay together. Hopefully Dustin stays for a couple, just less than a year, just till the end of the year. Finish your career, just maybe write yourself off in December. At least win the AEW championship one time, and then retire, turn it back in. That'd be nice. Dustin still got it. He has extremely great chemistry with his little brother. Duh. Nick Jackson, to me, is unique from the Young Bucks. He reminds me a little of like the Jeff Hardy push, so I think he's gonna have a good singles run in the near future. This is just me commenting on little things. I never noticed that the finisher they have is called the Meltzer Driver. I wonder if it's because of Dave Meltzer. Somebody please let me know in the comment section. But that was the best match that I've seen Cody and Dustin have ever. They didn't have a good run in WWE together, but they definitely can work as a tag team. They had both their spots. They mixed them together. Young Bucks, same thing. They mocked them. There were some comedy spots. There were some emotional spots. There was intense spots. There was spots. There was a lot. Young Bucks came out with the victory, and I'm excited to see if they become the inaugural tag team champs for AEW. And what's going to happen at All Out if they're going to win the championship, the AAA championships from the Lucha Brothers. So I'm giving that match an A. That was one of the best matches that I've seen in a while. Did not steal the show. I'm still giving that to Luchasaurus and them for the match of the night, even though the Dark Order won. Sorry, Jack Evans and Angelico and Jungle Boy. But Luchasaurus surprised me. He's the person I'm going to talk about for a while now, thanks to this pay-per-view. The entire pay-per-view, to me, I couldn't give it anything less than an A-. Really. B+ is me being a jerk, but I think an A- is probably the best thing. Or A, but A- for sure. Thanks for the listen. Thanks for the listen, guys. And I appreciate if you guys give me some feedback. Thanks.